see a lock on in Friends of the Earth building.
Says, I am doing this action to expose greenwash of Preston New Rd. First we were invaded by the frackers, then frontline toxic Tina, Roderick, who fronts all the Greens, including Friends of the Earth and Greenpeace, Green Party and Lush. I was investigating an open meeting set up by Reclaim the Power, being held at Friends of the Earth offices at the Printworks at Clapham Road in London. The reason for being there was to find evidence and connections with RTP and Friends of the Earth. Obviously, this is an RTP meeting in Friends of the Earth. The conversation with the police was recorded and is available. I knew there were others, companies and buildings and residents, so I made sure I did not question anyone as it may approach an innocent. My actions today, you videoed, I did not touch you. I do not want to touch you. I don't touch anybody from RTP. My actions today is using one of Reclaim the Power's actions they get others to do to get evidence of their allegations against me, as we are now in the process of revealing all the lies and intimidation endured by campaigners and good people for the past 2 years.
I'm really sad to see
including Friends, Lost, Christine Steele and 4 others.
It's really great to actually see you.
It's not really confrontational, but it's
conspiratorial ridiculousness elsewhere. It's not.
Well, this is actual official business. This is
including Friends, Lost, Christine Steele and 4 of our friends. Michelle, who is about to undergo another major operation on Tuesday, who has been spat and abused at roadside and online. Just being cleared by the police as another lie. Yeah. Today is a reasonable request to provide any intimidation or harassment by myself, of which I was stating I am innocent. Was it you that said that? This lady is clearly RTP. She was the Mackenzie friend for one of the guys, the truck surfers. This guy is one of the truck surfers. Don't talk to him quietly. Talk to me if you're going to talk to him.
I'd like to talk to
I'd like to speak to all of us. All of us. I have a video evidence to the contrary to the false allegations against me and using non-violent direct action. I believe is my only course for truth. Not right. I was accused yesterday of harassment. I have video evidence. There was no contact made whatsoever. That's why I'm here. That's what you do. That's what you lot do. I'm using your tactics. Non-violent direct action. Right. Do you understand that? Non-violent. You've done that on top of a truck down in Preston New Rd. Where were you for the previous 7 years? So we're going to read it again so we're clear. So this lady here, there was a Mackenzie friend of one of the truck surfers. I want you to hear this and very, very clearly. Right? This is #locals rising. I am doing this action to expose the greenwash of Preston New Rd. First we're invaded by the frackers, then the Greens, fronted by toxic Tina Roderick, who fronts all the Greens, including Friends of the Earth, Greenpeace, Green Party and Lush. I was investigating yesterday outside here, investigating an open meeting to set up Reclaim the Power being held at the Friends of the Earth offices at the Printworks, Clapham Road, London, which is what we're in. So there's the connection, a clear connection between Reclaim the Power that have been behind 3 injunctions down at Preston New Rd. 4 guys going to prison. So after I left, having no contact or interaction with the people I witnessed and loved in going in and out of the building, I was followed over the road by the police until they are being accused of harassment by Friends of the Earth, RTP. I don't quite know, but we'll find out shortly, won't we? The conversation with the police was recorded and is available. I record everything so you can't put any lies against me. Right? I've gone through this. Now I'm going to make sure that we Reclaim the Power for all the damage you've caused to Preston New Rd and others around this country, and the 3 injunctions that you and Tina Roderick brought in. Serious allegations? We got the evidence. Oh boy, boy. I knew there were other companies and in the building and residents, so I made sure I did not question anyone as it may have been approached or as those people might be innocent. I know there's residents in here, so why would I go up to somebody because they might be the wrong person? That's why I stayed away. I was here to do a journalist job, to investigate the enemy. And you, my lady, and reclaim the power are the enemy. You do smoke as much as you want. You're the enemy. You are the enemy.
You're the only person with the enemy, please.
You are the enemy. Not to Preston New Rd. All right, just keep talking.
Nobody else at Preston Road.
You don't really know what's happening up there.
Oh yes, shh, don't say, because you see, you get into conversation with me, it always ties you in knots.
You didn't know what day it was last time we spoke.
I know that you will.
Say again?
You didn't know what day it was last time we spoke, did you?
Today's Sunday. Today's the last day of
RTP. You realised this time, didn't you?
Yeah, all right.
Hey, we're outside the system. It don't matter what day it is.
Because you're all middle class. What's one of your problems? It's saying you're middle class and about, was it privilege? You know, you see, the thing is, when you find somebody like me, somebody that actually can do it and stay with it as long as I've done, yeah, privilege doesn't cut it, does it? Silver spoon in your mouth comes to mind. So let's finish this now. All right, now I know what day it is, Sunday. Another smug remark, which I'm used to now from RTP. My action today is using one of Reclaim the Power's actions they get others to do, to get evidence of the allegations against me, as we now are in the process of revealing all the lies and intimidation endured by campaigners and good local folk for the past 2 years. I put that at Reclaim the Powers and Friends of the Earth and Green Party and Greenpeace at your door. There's video evidence in as well. I'm going to hand it over to you. You can have a look at it. It's damning. Just being clear, including lost friends like Christine Steele. Have you heard of Christine Steele? You're not interested, are you? None of you are interested.
I am interested.
All right, do you know who Christine Steele is?
I don't, and I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know.
Well, you do a lot of stuff on Facebook though, don't you? So including friends lost Christine Steele, and for our friend Michelle, who is about to undergo another major operation on Tuesday, who has been spat in the face, abused at roadside and online.
Can I just check?
Just being cleared by the... No, listen, there was a line put up last weekend. Michelle Martin in the wheelchair.
Michelle Martin did the incredible lock-on.
Yes, the incredible 36-hour lock-on. Yes. Abused by people that are dealing with you. Abused by people online at roadside. People that work with Tina Rodri. The criminals that Tina Rodri works with. Listen, your days are numbered. They're over now. They're over. Today is a reasonable request to provide any of the intimidation or harassment by myself of which I am stating I was innocent. I didn't intimidate or harass anybody, I said. I didn't approach anybody. In fact, the only way somebody could know my name when I was sat in the car is if somebody told them and recognised me. I did not interact with anybody, and I don't even know your name till now, Liz. I've met you many times, I'm not interested in your names.
Mate, I'm on your phone.
You're not on our side. I have video evidence to the contrary. Listen, I have video evidence to the contrary to the false allegations against me, and using non-violent direct action, I believe is my only course to get to the truth. So today, I'm ready to do a lock-on. Right? Now we're going to do that in Friends of the Earth. Now you can either drop those charges and say I'm innocent of harassment, or you're going to call the police and get me arrested. Because I want you in court. I want you in court. You do not want me in court. So what is your answer?
I'm not familiar with the incident that you're referring to.
Well, I thought you all got on well with each other.
We do, but we're really busy, and we haven't had a chance to talk about lots of things. And
I'm really busy stopping cracking and stopping you.
And as you know, I've been trying
You never worked with me.
I've been down to London with you and did the number 10 thing 5 years ago with Factory Bristol. I can show you my phone if you like. You can
Well,
see
you
the
realise different. Well, what's happened since then? Where did Reclaim the Power come from?
Reclaim the Power's been going for 6 years. It's been involved in the anti-fracking.
And when did you go to London with me? In Bristol?
Sorry?
Bristol's the hotbed of it. Bristol's the hotbed of
We've worked
Reclaim the Power.
together.
No, we haven't. You came to one event. There's a lot of people working with me now that are trying out the wrong with me.
I'm really check your video.
I'm not interested in doing This is my evidence, right? But let's be clear. Evidence. So you're going to say because those people videoed yesterday that said that I was harassing them, I'm not allowed to use the video evidence that I've got?
I'm just asking if you can stop videoing now.
No, this is tied in. This is an investigation. If this was the BBC...
You don't need to show people's faces.
I don't care, again, I don't care. Because the thing is, you have come to our town in Preston New Rd, invaded us on 3 occasions, and three injunctions in. You went on the side. No, requested Tina Rodri. Let's be clear. No. Right. 2014, after one of the best days of my life down in London, down in Vulcan, right? That's when I first met Reclaim the Power. 1,000 people, almost corporate. It was brilliant. I went to your first meeting after that in Oxford. You were not the same group. I stated at the time, you got no direction, you didn't even have a proper name at that time. So that was it. I knew then that something was wrong. At that meeting, I stated to you over the weekend, whatever, at that meeting over the weekend, I said to you, we don't need you in Preston, because toxic wasn't part of what you were doing. We have stopped 4 sites without you. You brought 3 injunctions in. You've had 4 people go to jail, including one of this fella here. So don't tell me what you do.
I'd really like to talk to
Well, I would.
I know that you had
Friends of the Earth had a choice to speak to me when I put them a notice in January.
I'm not Friends of the Earth.
You're in their building.
I'm in their building, yes, but I wasn't here the other day.
Why are you in the building? Why Friends of the Earth putting 2 fingers up to the people of Preston, people like Christine and Michelle and myself?
I don't know I'm really sorry to hear that Michelle's in hospital. I really want to hear what's going on with her.
It's not a one-off. She's in and out of hospital
I
all
know
the time.
she's got all kinds of complex stuff going on, and I'm sad that I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know what the situation is.
Listen, we don't want you fake out sadness. We prepare for our friends. We're doing this here because of our friends. We're doing this here because you are damaging what we were doing. Toxic Tina and her gang. Gang of villains. One of the guys that works with her. It's all in here. I don't know how we solving it today, right? So you can't say you don't know. One of the guys needs £80,000. He's put a thing up on Facebook, clown videos. I allow it on there because that's evidence that we can use. Evidence of gaslighting, evidence of slander. All the things that's been said about me, stealing money, chasing women, stalking, Tina, all lies. There's never any evidence put up. In there is evidence. On his phone is evidence, right? And that's what we do.
So
that's why we video.
Can I really briefly say? So it's really, like, I think, you know, you're
Who are you first?
Hello, I'm Henry. You're here to say your piece, and that's fine. You're obviously filming this.
I'm here to do a lock-on.
Okay. Right. So the building.
One of your actions.
We're all leaving here at 5, and obviously this is Friends of the Earth. Obviously they've let us use it for the day, but you can't. No one can be here without a Friends of the Earth member
2
of
days.
staff.
You wasn't here, so was
Sure, I wasn't here, no. But yeah, no one can be here without Friends of the Earth members of staff. There aren't going to be any Friends of the Earth members of staff here past 5, so obviously if you...
Well, there's going to be one, at least.
No, there won't be. There'll be security downstairs. And
That's fine, I'm doing a lock on in here. I'm doing one of your actions to expose the greenwash.
So if anyone's here past 5, obviously that will be security's issue at that point, just so you know.
It's really good to see you, mate, and I'm really sorry that you're wanting to do this first.
Are you not sorry for me?
I just want to save the plan.
Are you not sorry for Michelle? No, I'm not angry. Don't sound angry. Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm angry.
I'm not angry. No, I'm not.
Okay, I'm
Don't put
really
words in my
glad to
mouth.
hear
Right,
that.
I'm not
If you're
angry.
not feeling angry, then
Right.
why are you locking on?
Because of the lies said to me about harassment yesterday.
But I don't have anything to do with that.
Well,
and I don't
isn't
have
it strange the police do the same tactic? I haven't got the evidence. I never saw it. I wasn't there. It was somebody else that arrested me. My mate threw me around.
If it was genuinely true, how about that possibility? There is a chance.
I'll tell you what. Well, let's use that one then. Let's use that one. Let's say what's in here is genuinely true. Why am I not listening to you, but you are?
I am.
That's the
listening to you
difference.
now.
No, you're not listening. You're not acting.
What you're saying is...
4 guys went to prison on your shift.
And one of them's here, and I'd really like to talk to him. And the others
Why didn't you speak to him before?
Involved. I have been speaking to him. I visited him in prison, and I've been wanting him to.
I visited in prison.
I know, we both did, and this is why this feels.
It's
so
not tit for
painful.
tat. I did it because the guy was bleeding in prison. He was bleeding because people ignored him.
I didn't ignore him, and others didn't either.
I don't care. Right. Some people in Reclaim the Power, fine. Some people in Friends of the Earth, fine. Most of the people that are running it, and there's only a few of you, because there's less than 20 that came in here yesterday, right? Most of you are controlled people, and he's proving it. He proved it with us.
I know you believe that. And
Right, so are you going to get me arrested? That's the police outside now. Are you going to get me arrested? Or are you going to retract that harassment? Whoever put it forward.
I can't retract anything because I have no idea what the situation is with that.
I've just told you.
You told me, but that doesn't
So am I lying?
mean anything. I'm
Where the
not
police,
saying that you're
exactly
lying.
where that silver car is there is where the police stopped me. And they says, you've been over there harassing people. How can I harass people when I don't know who they are? When I don't know who the staff are? When I don't know they're coming in here? And I've just explained it in that letter clearly. There's residents in here. That's exactly why I didn't approach anybody. I'm not a stupid man. I don't want to get arrested if I don't want to.
Yeah.
Right now, I want you in court. So I'm challenging you now. I'm doing a lock-on, staying here past 5 o'clock. I'm doing an action what Reclaim the Power do, or get other people to do. And I'm going to do that here and tell you to either arrest me or you go. Yeah, you know what I can do.
Yeah. And for both of our sakes,
Don't speak to my side. Well, there's two levels of conversations. Friends of the Earth, no.
But if this
Friends of the Earth.
conversation, what are you hoping to achieve by locking on?
Get you in court.
Okay.
And how I get you in court is depends on them allegations.
That get me in court? I've not made any allegations.
No, it's your group. I'm not bothering you or not. It's your
But
allegations.
it's not our group because we've not made any allegations. We weren't here. Like what you're telling me is that you came here before Saturday
No.
when we weren't here, so I don't know how that
I came on Saturday is when I got in. This is called a lock-on. We'll see on these devices. And I'm going to stay here until whoever's accused me of harassment, which was an absolute lie, my friends and myself have had to endure lies time and time again. Right? And now it stops. The lies stop now. Right? The lies stop now. No more. No more damage from the Greens. No more damage with the people now that are actually keep all the time ignoring people like myself. You don't ignore Michelle. You don't dishonour Christine Steele that died because Tina and PC McCann refused water, refused to get on the internet when she was there 5 days at a time. That effort cost her a life. So while I'm doing this, I'm not doing it for me, I'm not doing it to anger. Don't demean it. And don't say you care more than me or any of these people. Well, that's exactly what you do when you're saying you're doing the look, and then you're saying that you came down to London with me. I'm not interested in that. It's what you do beyond that.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you want us to do?
I want that retracted. I'll either see you in court. Well, the only way I can get it now defended by good name, because I have been accused by the toxic gang of being a paedophile. No, I'm giving, well, I'm either telling the truth or not, but you'll find out in court, right? So I'm either telling the truth.
Assuming relationships that don't necessarily exist or exist in a way that we can't be responsible for things that have happened.
Are you saying there's no contact between you and Tina Roderick?
Tina is one of my friends. I used to count you as one of my friends.
You've never been a friend. You came and did one thing with me, that's it. You've never approached me since then. I didn't know you. I don't remember you. I'm good at faces. So you've either changed a lot. I'm not interested in that. Let's put that by the by. I'm asking you now, right? Are you in? I mean, you're obviously friends of the Earth. This is the link that we want.
Show you the conversations we've had.
We do. No, I'm not interested. Listen, I am not interested in anything to do with you. I'm not interested in your names. I'm not interested in your past. I'm not interested. I don't hate anybody because I'm not interested in you. All I'm interested in is the fact that I'm protecting Preston New Rd. Yeah. And now, after 2 years of evidence, a lot of it, well, what less than 1% is on those memory sticks. Yeah? That is our evidence. We've had to go through 2 years of pain, lost friends, down to people like yourself. Well, down to Reclaim the Power. It's not individuals, Reclaim the Power.
What's been happening with Preston New Rd is horrific, and I am really sad to hear that you feel that's in some way the responsibility of Reclaim the Power. I don't think that's the case.
Right, let's rewind. I like this, because now we're recording it. Right, let me explain something to you. You may not be aware of this. You may not be aware of this. For the first 6 months, we were doing lock-ups. We were doing stopping trucks. Yeah. By reasonable request, I was stopping trucks by myself. Not letting me out, right? Up to June, right? So we knew by reasonable request, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm giving you a reasonable request to either. Hold on.
Yeah.
You hear this out?
To do them. I don't really care what you have to say. I really don't.
Well, that's fine. Well, I don't care that you want to leave at 5 o'clock, so we're even. All right. So on June 2017, we were ready to go. We were ready to close this out with reasonable request and get the numbers. People came from all over the country. Now, the toxic gang that included PC McCann, right, Fogo McCann, which involved Yellow Belly, right, involved Kieran Dunn. Some of these people didn't even know beforehand. Closed that meeting down by lies. The next day, lo and behold, Reclaim the Power turn up. 3 days after that, you've got 13-person lock-on. Now, if we'd have done ours, then you wouldn't have got your glory, you wouldn't have got your PR, would you? And that month afterwards was a farce. We have done more in those 6 months than you did in that time. We had the farce of the Green Party, 13 people lock-on that let trucks in and out. The day before, nobody could get it, including the press. Now, you're talking to somebody here that's logged and recorded that methodically. That's somebody now that's going to see you lot in court and make sure that you're accountable for friends lost, for friends now suffering, for my friends now, people with leukemia, that are too ill now to go on the front line. So I don't care about this. I don't care about my health. I don't care about your brand of Friends of the Earth or Green Planet. This is going to the press, because what we do now is we're coming after you with the evidence. Now, my reasonable request, you either retract what you said yesterday to the police, or
don't have any power.
I don't bother me. I'll still be here then.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Are you really doing that?
I'm really doing
tactic?
yes, I do, because that's what you've just done to me. You've not heard one word I've said, so I'm just doing it. It's another reclaim the power tactic. I'm very clever at what I do, because what you do is very clever. And what you do is go into communities, and these people here, you woodwink them, say you've all got power and no power. What do you say? You oppose oppression. This is one of your lines. You oppose oppression from outside the organisation, not the group. Outside the organisation and inside the organisation. Well, I've been oppressed. I've been lied about. My friends have been lied about. And you have done nothing about it. So your group is lying. You are a fake. You're a fraud.
The information that you're giving me is your perception of reality, and I dispute that perception of reality. You believe that you believe that what people are saying.
Not believe, you lady. This has gone to.
The thing is, I've listened to you say this. And I know that you've been distressed about this for a while, but I can't...
Not distressed. Don't make out that I've got any sort of mental issues whatsoever. I am strong in you, young lady, because I've taken on companies, businesses. We closed 4 sites before you turned up. Yeah? You didn't do any of that. You brought 4 injunctions in. 3 injunctions, I should say.
I could
3
talk to you
injunctions.
about the things I've done in my life.
I'm not interested.
Not interested. You're not interested.
Not interested. It's the damage.
Interested.
No, all I know is the damage you've caused.
This is you telling me that everything we do is wrong and there's nothing I can do.
What I said to you was, did say everything. I have a right to, because I've earned it. I've earned the right.
All of us have.
No, you haven't. What have you done? What? Show me one side control. Really good. Show me one side control.
Are we having a conversation?
You just said what you've done.
We did a month of action at Preston New Rd.
Which was rubbish.
It shut the site every
No, it didn't.
day. But
There were 4 days you were doing a week, 4 days you were doing something. I told you to record everything.
That's your perception of reality.
No, it's reality. No, it's reality. No, the perception of reality and it's reality.
What's important to me is that you are here with 2 other people. So I don't know your names, but
Go on,
you're
we'll keep it that
we
way.
have in common at least. Julian, mate, you're my friend and I'd like to talk to you.
I never wanted to be doing this, and I wanted to fight the government and corruption by jumping on that truck, and I was disempowered, not by you, I mean, and I haven't got a problem with the whole of RPT, there's some lovely people in there.
Julian, what did I say?
Yeah, I know, it's Geza's supposed to be talking. I don't need to though, really. This is about Geza now.
What I'd like to do
I'm just helping Geza.
The good guys, that's what he's doing.
I've got plenty to say, but now's not the time. Now's not the time for me to be saying it. This is Geza's time now.
It's called teamwork.
I have just listened.
See what she'll do now, look. All right.
What I'd like to do is talk to you and you'll find to keep recording it.
Julian?
Maybe talk to you after, but not at the moment. Not at the
I'm
moment.
not sure how this is going to play out because we're in this situation where I can't do anything about it. Gaze is locked on.
Who made the allegation? Who made the false allegation?
I didn't. There's nothing I can do
What
about
sort of
it.
organisation doesn't find out somebody made a false allegation? It was a lie. I've got a video.
We're in a
It was
different
lie.
building. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, it's Slick! It's Slick from Friends of the Earth. I thought nobody from Friends of the Earth was here. How you doing, Slick? I spoke to Sebastian Kelly lately. Oh, that's what you're on now.
Yeah, if you just grab your stuff. Okay guys, we're gonna head off.
Yeah,
We're gonna leave the building shortly.
it is. I really don't.
Fix it.
I never wanted to be doing this.
No. But why didn't you come and talk to me about it? If this was something else I think you're concerned about. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not professional.
Why are you doing that then, not talking to me?
Because you already said that you're not interested in hearing anything I have to say, so there's no point in talking
You
to
keep
you.
cutting me off. That's what you're doing. You're doing it again. You're very good at it. You cut me off. That's what you've just done.
I've just listened to you in a lot
No, you
of
haven't.
detail,
No, you haven't.
and you've said you don't want to
There's
listen to
hearing
me.
and there's listening.
I have heard you, but we just disagree. Sometimes people just disagree, Geza, and that's reality. I'm sorry.
No, so you keep saying reality. The reality is what you've done at Preston New Rd, and that is
The reality
three
is
injunctions.
that it's
Who is persons unknown? Yes, smile, lady. Who's persons unknown? Who's persons unknown?
what you were doing is being angry. Like, we are
Who's
all
persons
angry
unknown?
that
Who
corporations...
are persons unknown? I know you are.
All people are persons unknown. That's
Not
not
in
a
court cases.
question.
Not in court, and that term when you turned it.
Okay, persons unknown.
That's on Pinsip. Give in to persons unknown, and then you can do the damage what you've done to Preston New Rd. Anything else? Anything else you'd like to know, Liz?
I don't want to speak to you if you're not prepared to acknowledge that your experience of reality could be different from mine.
You're doing it again. There's reality and there's experienced reality. Once on the videos, Tina's own words when she talks about covenants. Tina's own words when she insults a lady and says she's not bothered about her suicide daughter, right? And you, by association, think that's fine.
I don't think that's fine.
But why don't you say anything about it then?
And she's apologised for it.
Oh, so just apologise is fine. So it's not in her character to do that. We've seen that time and time
We
again.
need to have space to apologise for them.
If it's Tina, it's okay.
And it's fine for you as well. It's fine for all of us.
So you think I'm making a mistake now?
I think this is a mistake, yeah.
Well, I'm doing this as a reclaim power tactic to make sure I clear my name. I was accused of harassment yesterday with no evidence, even the police officer.
I didn't make that accusation. So
Well, that's it, you just wiping your hands of me, that's what you do. That's corporate.
It's not
You fight in corporations with this every time. Oh, 15 billion gallons of oil in the sea, not my fault. It was the tanker. It was the captain. That's what you do. You're doing exactly what corporates do. You're behaving like corporates. Nobody knows where your money comes from. Nobody knows what's behind you.
Things this weekend. I have no idea what's been going on with you.
Well, let's read this again then, so you're just very, very clear. I am doing this action to expose the greenwash of Preston New Rd. Just in case you didn't hear it. Just let her listen to
I
it.
don't think it changes.
First we were invaded by the Frackers, then the Greens, fronted by toxic
Situation
Tina
is that
Roderick.
I don't know how Friends of the Earth are going to deal with this. I don't have any control over that. And I know that
You're getting into your head.
there's
Just listen to
Well,
Yeah.
don't talk then.
and I trust.
That's true.
I like if this is something you want to do, that's
Let's
absolutely
listen to 2
fine.
seconds, and then we'll.
But I don't know how we get through this situation without it being
Well,
and actually get some progress from it. I really want us to get some progress. And it's really painful.
progress will be exposing the truth. That will be progress, which is what Geza's trying to do here. And he's been fighting 8 years doing this. And I've spent 2 years looking into it. You know, this has been my life for 2 years.
But what you're saying is looking into what's been happening with Geza, is that the case?
Geza has been exposing everything from PNR, abuse, the controlled opposition.
Julian, do you think I'm controlled opposition, mate?
No, but all controlled opposition is real opposition. That's what's clever about it, is that people don't know. You know, might not realise. I think you're a good person. I think you're a genuine person. I think that's what's so sad. That's what's so sad. This really is, though. This really is. This really is, because Extinction Rebellion, yeah, all the people. This is why I end up in tears a lot of the time, thinking about Greta Thunberg. Yeah, and this is horrible. This is horrible. Yeah, this is not something I ever wanted to do, and I don't feel great about any of this. But we have got sinister people exploiting people.
I'm not.
You're not. No.
I think anybody here.
I wasn't sinister, you know. I didn't want to jump on a truck to get. I didn't want to encourage people to go to jail. I didn't want to.
Absolutely, I spent my life
Help the government.
trying to keep people out of jail. Julian.
Yeah.
That's why we try to fight so hard for you.
I know, which is also why I feel, bad, doing this, because you have tried to help me. You have visited me in jail. Imagine how bad I feel. Really. But this isn't about you. This is about what's been happening. And you haven't seen everything that's happened, but if you had seen everything, you would be on Geza's side, honestly, like I am. If you realised all the things that have gone on and all the abuse, and if you'd had the abuse as well, you're a nice person, yeah. So you don't get involved with all the fighting and all this, yeah. You just want to get on, and a lot of people are like that, yeah. They don't want to be battling and arguing, and it's, yeah. With me, I got involved in all that, yeah, because I wanted to know what the hell was going wrong on camp when, you know, all the arguing. I had to get to the bottom of it. I had to think, use my brain, use my eyes, look at what's going on, understand people, understand what motivates people, understand how people can be exploited, manipulated, and it's all very clever how it's done. So look at Tesla, yeah, a genius, wasn't he? Look at all the things he invented, yeah? And then what happened? Exploited by more ruthless people. Yeah? He wasn't ruthless enough. He was a genius.
Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Right, you're not a long-time campaigner. You came to Preston New Rd.
That's right.
Right, and that was the first
New
time.
to it.
Right, and I did exactly the same thing. I met Reclaim the Power down in Bolton. You met Reclaim the Power the first day. So just take it from there, mate. Stop whispering, it's rude. Everything I do is open. Why are you whispering? That's very rude.
We're whispering because this is a really difficult situation.
This has been very emotional. It has been very emotional.
He's just said exactly what it's about. We don't want to be here. We don't want to fight fracas. But I tell you what, we did do with Preston Green. But look where we are, right? And I'm formidable. Trust me. You're not. This is not just going to end here today. So you either address it, you personally and your group address it, and your connection with Friends of the Earth, that spent 1.8 million on raising funds, which I think is one of the sickest things I've ever heard. And people could not believe it when I put it on Raw News. Right? People could not believe it, and you're using their offices. So something is wrong. Now, by association, Tina Roderick working with crooks and criminals. One guy nicked £80,000, he's done time, he's doing cloud videos slandering my name. Right? When you've got another guy that we know in the past has been in prison for killing somebody. When you've got another person that's been a rapist that was used as a bodyguard that she knew about, and when we knew about it, then he was gone. Now we've had to do our own research. When you get into conversation, people start talking. He said his ex-wife accused him of molesting his daughter. He's part of that group. He's on Maple Farm. Do you think people should know about that? Do you think good? And I'm a good, normal, regular person. I had a job for 30 years before I did this. I didn't know I could do this, but I'll tell you what, I'm good at it, and I'm going to make sure that you know who Preston New Rd is. It stops at Preston New Rd. Friends of the Earth abusing us as PR. The Green Party have now got 5 candidates up at Preston New Rd using the lie that they have stopped fracking. When you've got Tina Roderick saying she's been there for 800 days, you know that that's a lie. But she says it, and she gets away with it. What we want is the truth, like Extinction Rebellion. We stick with the truth. We close 4 sites with the truth of the evidence. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. I've recorded evidence, I've got friends doing screenshots and emails of the very people that you work with. Now, yeah, they listen to that, I don't care, because the press can get it now. We have made a media story. When you did what you did yesterday, you made a media story.
I didn't see that.
You are Reclaim, when you stood on the road, we are Reclaim the Power. You are Reclaim the Power. You represent Reclaim the Power. You put a shirt on, you Reclaim the Power.
I'm part of Reclaim the Power, and Reclaim the Power has borrowed these offices for today. And I don't know anything about the police being called on you yesterday. I've been told that the police have been called on me. I don't have that
police,
me.
The police threatened to arrest me. Let's be clear. No, be clear. I'm being clear on this. The police threatened to arrest me for harassment. I didn't approach anybody, and I've got video evidence that nobody was approached or spoken to.
And I've been fighting the police practically and effectively.
It wasn't the police. The police were doing their job. Hold on. The police were doing their job. They were lied to.
And I've just been told that the police are about to arrive, and I am completely in opposition to their being called, but there is nothing I can do about this.
That's great.
Because this isn't my building.
See you in court.
So, if what you want to do is talk in court, I'd rather talk to you in a different context, but that seems like it's what it's going to have to be, because I don't want to be associated. I want to engage with the police and ask them not to arrest you, because I don't believe you should be arrested for this, and that's what I'm
I've got all the evidence with me, dear, so I don't mind being arrested.
Please don't call me dear.
Please don't even speak to me then. It's meant in a nice way, but you lot obviously aren't. It's when you selectively say all your nice things. But underneath it all, you are just a corporation. You're just an organisation.
I'm not a corporation. A corpotion is paid to profit.
Isn't it amazing how you turn the tears on so quickly? We recorded that, didn't we? The tears 1 minute and next minute you're laughing at somebody.
Are you saying that my emotional reaction is not genuine?
Yes.
Why?
Prove it. Prove it's genuine.
How can anyone prove if their emotions are genuine?
Precisely. I'm pretty clever, aren't I? Right, I said you fake emotion, and then you're just saying about me that I'm angry. When somebody comes to me and says, you're a very angry man. Well, is that an emotion or I'm just loud? You see, it's perspective and it's how you frame it.
You've just locked onto a meeting. That's a fairly angry thing to do. I lock onto things because I think they're bad and I want to stop them, and I'm usually angry about that.
You're getting it now, aren't you?
Yes.
I'm locking on because you're bad. Friends of the Earth are bad.
This is completely separate from Friends of the Earth. We happen to be in Friends of the Earth's building.
Precisely. I like that concept.
The police are on the way, and it's Friends of the Earth. It's Friends of the Earth because, Geza, you've been here for days on end. It's Friends of the Earth who have an issue. It's nothing to do with Reclaim the Power.
You're telling me I have
nothing to do with anybody here.
You're telling me I have nothing to do with Reclaim the Power?
No, I'm not saying you have nothing to do with Reclaim the Power. I'm saying that...
So can we establish something?
I'm saying that the building management, calling police, and the harassment that you've been talking about is nothing to do with Reclaim the Power. We would not take that action, and we haven't. That's a separate organisation.
So how does security in this building that don't know me, right? And we can find out how long that guy's worked here. Hold on.
They do know you because you've been here all week.
Hold on. Oh, I've not been here all week. That's it again.
Okay,
right? So how would he know who I was? And how would he know there is no evidence of harassment? You'll have that on your security cameras. I didn't come through that door. I made a point not coming through that door. I had 3 coffees in there, which I'm entitled to do. I bought stuff from Tesco's, which I told the police. So you have lied, or the security's lied. Whoever's done it has lied. Now, why would he say harassment? Was he harassing him? He can only say harassment if it's him.
Can't speak on behalf of anyone other than
you just stated the fact. And again, this will come out in court because we're recording it. And every time you speak, you bury yourself more. That's why you don't talk to me. That's why we don't hold conversations. Because the thing is, I'll listen to what you do. I'll listen to what you say. And people like yourself, when you're doing your log content, what are you doing for?
Engage in a conversation.
You were going to read that out again. Do you want to?
Yeah. What Sophie hears.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure everyone hears. This is what it's all about. It's all about this. It's on live stream.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, been on for half an hour now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Fee? Are you ready, Liz? Whatever this guy called here.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
I am Geza Frackman. You can get me on emails, gezadj@hotmail.com, 0751 724 5113. We've got Liz, we've got Fee from Reclaim the Power, and I think Fee may be from Friends of the Earth as well. Are you, or are you not? Because I think you spoke from Friends of the Earth on one of your live feeds.
I've spoken today from Friends of the Earth.
You spoke today from Friends of the Earth. But you do and have worked with Friends of the Earth. You have represented Friends of the Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be clear, because you did say that at the beginning. So I'm doing this action to expose the greenwash on Preston New Rd. First we were invaded by the Frackers, then the Greens, fronted by toxic Tina Rodri, who fronts all the Greens, including Friends of the Earth, Greenpeace, Green Party, Lush, and others. I was investigating outside here. I was investigating an open meeting set up by Reclaim the Power, being held at Friends of the Earth offices at Printworks on Clapham Road, London. And we're clear so far. The reason being there was to find evidence and connections between RTP, which is Reclaim the Power, and Friends of the Earth. After I left, having no contact or interaction with the people I witnessed and logged going in and out of the building, I was followed over the road by the police and very rude.
Just carry on. Just carry on. People are listening to you on here.
All right, let's just video that as well, so we know it's a document been handed in a brown envelope. There we go, with video evidence. The conversation with the police was recorded and is available. I knew there were other companies in the building and residents, so I made sure I did not question anyone as I may have approached an innocent. My action today is using one of Reclaim the Power's actions they get others to do, to get evidence of their allegations against me, as we are now in the process of revealing all the lies and intimidation endured by campaigners and good locals, people for the past 2 years, including friends lost like Christine Steele that you lot aren't interested in. And for our friend Michelle, who's about to undergo a major operation on Tuesday, who has been spat at in the face, abuse on roadside and online. It's disgusting. Look, she's yawning. She just yawned then. You got that? She just yawned. This is what RTP and Friends of the Earth think of it.
This is what we get all the time, isn't it? People aren't interested.
And after being lied at last week, just been cleared by the police, another lie by Julie Brickles and Sally Moss.
Yeah, turn it round.
Today is a reasonable request to provide any intimidation or harassment by myself, of which I am stating I am innocent. I have video evidence to the contrary to the false allegations against me, and using non-violent direct action, I believe is my only course to get to the truth. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? Got a bit smug smile there, didn't you? You have that good smug little smile on there. You see, what I'm doing is your action, so that'll be in court. So what do you do now? You're in a funny position, aren't you?
To go outside and
the very action that you do,
and try to dissuade them from any arrest. And I'd really like to talk to you, and I don't know when a good time. I know that you want to be engaged in this, and I don't want to distract you from that if that's what you want to do. But I'd really like, if you're in London, I can stick around in London. It'd be great to talk to you. Just because
Well, maybe I can help explain all this, what's actually happening, because I don't think you really understand what this is all about.
You don't want to. You've seen the fake tears and the smug smile at the end of it. Well, prove me wrong. Have a conversation, prove me wrong. I'm willing to do that.
But whatever I do, you won't believe me, Geza.
You do that, you put words in my mouth. You just said what I would do. How do you know unless you talk to me?
Because I've just genuinely and vulnerably expressed emotion, and you told me that I fabricated it.
But you've just
Why would
on my
I
behalf.
continue to express myself in front of you when you're going to constantly question everything I do?
Do you see any tears?
There is literally, you don't want a dialogue, and so...
Again, you're speaking on my behalf. I just said to you, I would like a dialogue.
No, you have said that whatever I tell you, you will disbelieve.
No, again.
You will reinterpret
so record it. See, that's what you lot, that's the gaslighting that you lot put forward. And now you're talking just like Tina and the people who've been gaslighting me. Geza will spin the truth, spin what we say. No, I'll have a conversation, but you can't do a conversation. I will have you on toast because you know what you've done, I know what you've done, and I know that I'm innocent. I know the people who've been attacked are innocent. And that's the point. That's why I'm a hurricane coming at you, because you are taking on the truth. That's the point.
The truth is that the police have been called, and I don't want to arrest you because I think that this is a really difficult situation for all of us.
It is for you. No, it is for you because we're facing you on.
It's not.
We're empowering people to speak up against people like you.
I really want you to speak up about something that I've personally done. And you can't point to anything that I have personally done.
How can we do that? You're an organisation. You're a cartel organisation.
I am hardly.
Please, Sarita.
Julian, would it be okay please when you after this so we can talk?
Of course, yeah.
Stop the report's trying to do this. Like, this is really problematic. This is not
Of course.
I don't believe in the police.
Just need to film, I know, we just need to film this.
Already enough.
Guys, excuse me. Hello, sir. If I could just make an appeal. I've not appealed by the police, and this is a difficult situation. But I would really appreciate it if you wouldn't arrest this person.
We have no idea.
Fair enough. In that case, I'm sure he will talk to you about his position. But just so as you know, my personal position is someone who's in this building, and on behalf of the Reclaim the Power organisation, we would very much prefer if you don't arrest this person.
Okay. Do you work here, sorry?
No. This space isn't ours, it's not our home, we just borrowed it.
I was accused of harassment yesterday, and I was trying to clean my name.
Right. I just wanted to say that.
I'll that over to you. We've got the video. Not arrested.
You always wanted to talk to sorry, I wasn't here since I
We're just recording all this for history. You're going down in history. On the right side of it, if you do the right thing.
I'm just going to explain. I'm just going to link as well. There's also video evidence that we can hand over to you about what we've been doing. We've written to Friends of the Earth. This is Reclaim the Power, the group that's here. We've written to Friends of the Earth from January to have dialogue with them. Right? We found out yesterday that Reclaim the Power that we know are behind 3 injunctions of Preston New Rd. We're using this room, so we need to find out the connection between the two. So it was like journalism, if you will. It was logging information, like you do yourselves. All right. So I'll read this out to you and I'll explain it a little bit better. So my name is Geza Frackman, Geza Tariani. My email address is gezadj@hotmail.com. 0751 245 113. Frack Free Found is the group I'm from. We've stopped fracking in Lancashire for 4 years. Hashtag Locals Rising. So I'm doing this action to expose the greenwash of Preston New Rd. First we were invaded by the frackers and then frontlined by toxic Tina Roderick. All right, it's okay.
So I'm sorry for that.
All right.
Go on.
Alright, should we finish this off? Just carry on. So, first we were invaded by the frackers, then the Greens fronted by toxic Tina Roderick. All the Greens, including Friends of the Earth, which is the building, Greenpeace, Green Party, and Lush and others, were funded by Lush. I was investigating an open meeting set up by Reclaim the Power, the group you've seen walk out, being held by Friends of the Earth offices at Printworks on Clapham Road, London, which was the building we're in. The reason for being there was to find evidence of the connection between RTP, Reclaim the Power, and Friends of the Earth. After I left, having no contact or interaction with the people I witnessed unloading going in and out of the building, I was followed over the road by the police and told I'd been accused of harassment by Friends of the Earth called RTP. Right? And I was just over on the other side of the road, so I was actually away from the building when they said about the accident. I've got video evidence of the I knew there were other companies in the building we're in, and residents. There's about 2 or 3 floors of residents. So I made sure I did not question anyone as I would have approached the innocent. Continue? Yeah, you only need one down that way. My action today is using one of Reclaim the Power's actions to get others to do, to get evidence of their allegations against me. And we are now in a process of revealing all the lies and the intimidation endured by campaigners and good local people for the past 2 years, including friends of Christine Steele and our friend Michelle, who is about to undergo a major operation with local Michelle on Tuesday, who has been spat in the face, had abuse at roadside and online. Just being clear, we've just been cleared by another lie by the police. Today is a reasonable request to provide any intimidation or harassment by myself, of which I am stating I am innocent. I have video evidence of the contrary to false allegations against me and using non-violent direct action, which is this, I believe is my only course to get to the truth. Right, now that's on there. If you're going to arrest me today, we're only assuming. That's in there, and we've got one sent and going to the media as well. So this is an action that Reclaim the Power do to get to the truth.
Obviously, you could have your ban, or why is that a camera on my face as well?
Because we have to video everything that we.
But why would you have an issue with it?
No, hold on, Julian. Right, hold on. Let me Julian. What I'm saying to you is, the fact is that everything we've done, we've recorded. So you can't get past that's not what you're doing, the same thing. Well, that's what we do.
Okay.
I've been arrested 5 times and released on 3 occasions because of the video evidence. Well, 4 occasions because, anyhow. But 5 occasions and we've got the video evidence, and that's the reason we do it. Because we are innocent people. We've done, we've stopped fracking where we are. We've been invaded by this group of people that's in here, and what I've been doing is, because the journalists won't do it, the BBC, anybody else won't do it, so I've been trying to get round the country to try and get as much evidence as we can to get these people in court.
So what's your aim right now? What is it?
Well, if you arrest me because of a lie, then that lie will come out in court.
Obviously you've been banned from here.
Well, nobody told me. First of all, I saw no evidence, and I stated to the 2 officers.
It's just what we've been told. We've apparently been banned.
That's what I'm saying to you.
That's what I'm
saying to you. Yeah.
And then a harassment letter. Do you know what a harassment letter is, and if it's what it means?
No, because I've not harassed anybody, that's the point. So what I'm saying to you is the fact that I was accused of harassment, and I said, where's your evidence? And you stated that I've done it.
How many times have you been here? How many times have you been here?
Well, I've been here twice with Friends of the Earth. I've done a talk in that room. I've been here, done a talk in that room. But we've realised now what's going on down at Preston New Rd is the fact that the Greens are working against us and they're promoting somebody that's working with criminals, and that's the evidence that's on that stick. Now, when you arrest me today, that's going with me and that can be put into this evidence.
So your plan is to get arrested?
It's not a plan. It's not a plan. Today, the reasonable request was they could have withdrawn the harassment, you know, because again, that's a stain on my character. All I'm saying to you now is I'm innocent of that charge, and to be accused over there on the other side when I wasn't even near the building, and with video evidence where I didn't approach anybody in the building, didn't come through that front door.
What did the officer say to you yesterday?
Well, what's was strange is the first officer that turned up early in the morning, he came in and walked away. Now, if there was a harassment charge at that point, then he would have said to me, go away at that point. And also what he'd done is gone and sat at the other side of the road and still done the same job. And that way, you can't be harassing somebody on the other side of the road. And it's very hard to one person to harass a whole organisation. And I've been accused of a lot of things. The thing is, the people on Preston New Rd who are now represented are making sure that we expose what's going on by the greenwash. These aren't the nice people that you think they are. The people that are working for Preston New Rd, by association, like there's a woman called Tina Rodri that will be in court, that's working with criminals, people with criminal records, people that have stolen money, people that have done rape, people that's done, have even admitted on camera, my camera, that they were accused by their ex-wife of sexually abusing their children. These are the sort of people that come in a town community. And when we first came here, we were feeding them, we were looking after them. And what it is now, we need to expose these people for what they are. Okay. And that's it. One man.
All right. Okay.
All right.
When you came my best. When you came in here today,
yeah,
we just walking, just waltzing, and no one said, "Excuse me, you're not meant to be."
It's an open meeting. It's an open meeting. Both days were open meetings. So how can you ask somebody when it's an open meeting? And I didn't approach anybody.
Today, it's an open meeting if you're chaining yourself to one offence.
Well, what it was, it's more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? A token, right? It's what Reclaim Power do. They do lock-ons. Well, no, we get other people to do lock-ons and go to prison. You know, we've had 4 people went to prison and aren't with nothing to do with us. It was through Reclaim Power. They brought 3 injunctions in. This has to do with us. We stopped Quadrilla for 7 years, closed 4 sites without them. These people are not doing what this. You know, they're hoodwinking people. They're a fraud, and that's what this is about.
All right.
So the reasonable request is those people who made the allegations. We either see them in court. Because the way it sounded to me yesterday, when I was in the car, is I'll get a letter sent to me, and then you've been accused of harassment. So in future, that could come up again. So unless I clear my name, I am innocent of that charge. I was not here to harass anybody.
Do you see how it comes across when you're constantly paying, and then you change yourself, and they don't want you here?
Well, at the end of it, yeah, well, they don't want me because I'm exposing them for what they are.
But the owner...
All the people who got to prison, that was great.
The owner of this building obviously said, I want you here. Well,
Who was the owner of the building?
I don't know, but we've been told the owner, you've seen on cameras that you're not meant to be here, and you came back. And that's why we came in.
So was it the owner that said, this is the thing he's also trying to establish is one thing. He read the statement of the harassment. If it wasn't Friends of the Earth and it wasn't
they are closing up now and they would like you all to leave.
Can I I've just done a reasonable request. Also, I'm asking for one thing and I might just have to unlock because of it, right? And it's very simple. The persons that accused me of harassment yesterday, which I've evidence not on, if it wasn't Reclaim the Power and it wasn't Friends of the Earth, then I unlock this and I go. Because it is directly the boss, whoever owns the company, the building, they're innocent. So I will unlock. That's my reason.
Yeah, the people here I'm not saying anything about harassing, I don't want you arrested or anything.
Alright, but I was accused of it yesterday.
I know.
Alright.
I don't know what happened yesterday. Even they don't really know. It's come from higher up.
Right.
They're happy with you being here, but however now they are closing, and they would like you to leave because.
Well, I've been in licensed establishments, and if the manager comes up, I go because it's their building. So if it's their building, the manager's
wait a minute.
Well, the people who are working here,
are
you happy if they ask you to go, you'll go? They're working here now, they're about to close up and go home to their families.
I'll allow that loud when he said,
Well, they weren't meant to go home 40 minutes ago.
Fair enough, but what I'm saying to you is you could understand why I'm here. It's like end of 8 years.
I get that. I get that. So are you happy if one of these comes and asks you to leave? You'll
yeah, I'm a peaceful guy.
Okay, that's one.
Alright. Yeah. I remember the combination now, I know.
You could just slip out of that, to be fair. I was going to say
it's token.
You've done a fantastic job of changing yourself.
It's a token. All right, well, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's a token. The thing is to use their tactic to do it as well. But if it is the owner of the building, that's a completely different kettle of fish. So even that doubt is enough that.
Yeah, like,
Do you know what I mean? It's not what we're going after.
We go to things like this and people go, yeah, just get them out of here and nick him and all day long. However, these people have been, they understand and they don't want you arrested. They don't want that. They don't want to go down a criminal aspect. They understand that there's all of this, but they do just want you to go home.
Yeah, so this lady's asked you to leave now, they're closing up.
Yeah, and like the last thing that we want is for you to get into trouble with the police or for anything to happen.
But why do you ask people to get arrested? You ask people to get arrested.
No. Very different.
We do.
They haven't. They said
not me.
We don't want you getting arrested.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't want that at all, but we do all need to go home.
But I just want to be clear. One thing.
Resolve this situation.
Well, we almost did resolve it because I'm out of the lot. What I'm saying to you now is, it was just one simple question, right? Who was the one that said the harassment yesterday? Was it the owner of the building or was it Friends of the Earth?
I don't know.
It comes from a lot higher.
It's way above and beyond.
You want to take your padlock with you as well, yeah?
I should leave it here. I should have left it for her.
No, take it away.
I think they'd rather forget about it, really, wouldn't they?
You know what?
Please don't say your phone is 4 zeros.
Job done. No one arrested. There we go. Do you want to say anything? We're on live stream.
Well, I think emphatically there, I clear.
You don't want to talk on the camera, so.
I think they've actually said harassing. So if it's still forgetting to use it in future. I know what we wanted, but when we said it was the owner of the building, it's a completely different thing. Because the thing is, it's his building or their building.
Are you happy with that?
Well, no, the thing, I'm happy with the fact that people now know that I didn't harass anybody. So that's now on film, that's now in the letter. What we do now is also send it out to the media, because this is now a bigger story than before, especially with Tina being a Green councillor. Tina, Julie Daniels and her niece, they'll sell that as a family Green councillors, Green Party councillors. Alright, so everybody share this video and make the connection between the greenwash and Preston New Rd, because people are suffering. They are using us as a political football or a cash cow. Because Tina Rodri, who has done us more damage than even the Frackers, right? It's now, right now,
I agree.
It's on the videos of Friends of the Earth for the £3 a month. She's rubbing shoulders on that same video with Richard Attenborough. It's absolutely wrong. It is morally wrong, and by association, these people are wrong. All right.
Yeah, that's Friends of the Earth.
Thank you to the crew, and RTP are a bad crew. They want people to get arrested like Extinction Rebellion. It's not on. All right.
Right, we're off now. Watch out, maggots. Watch out.